What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on back to another live stream performance by myself from Motor City Mania. Obviously, you all know that I am the host, David T. Pike. I again do apologize for my prolonged absence from the last time that not only I released anything, which was this morning, but also from the last time I did a live stream. I do apologize for that. I did say I was going to pardon me, got a frog in my throat. I did say I was going to explain what was going on as far as why I took such a hiatus for this week that was just passed, why I didn't do anything for the Cowboys game and all that nonsense. As I kind of alluded to a little bit in my video this morning, I went to Michigan to celebrate my wife's birthday. My daughter was also in town for, I think it's the first time in I think 3 years maybe. And then on top of that, it was my son's high school graduation. He was doing online schooling. That's why it's not in the typical, timeline of when most high schoolers would graduate. So I just wanted to ask that question or answer that question before somebody asked it. But the way I look at it is I do apologize that I didn't necessarily give you guys any warning. I was a little bit kind of rushed trying to get out of here because there was a whole bunch of stuff that I was trying to get together before I left to go to Michigan because my wife needed some things. So I was trying to make sure I had everything together. So I didn't exactly have the time I was looking for to try and put everything together. But I saw that question in there by Rich Hustle. He was asking about Kevin Zeitler. Zeitler got injured in practice. I think he popped up on the injury report. I think it was Thursday. He had a groin injury, and they said that he was a possibility to not make the game. It does kind of suck that he's not playing because he is a pretty damn good guard, but I'm pretty confident in the fact that, the game that we had against the Seattle Seahawks, we had that guy that came in. He came in, he did very well for us. So I'm not as worried about the fact that Zeitler's not playing. I think that, we should be able to do just fine without him. But anyway, I did say that I was going to talk about the Cowboys game here for a little bit before we actually started getting into the Vikings game. I'm just going to say this right now, folks. I watched the Vikings game at my son's graduation because we had TVs on in the background. So I was able to actually watch the game a little bit, or quite a lot of it, because I literally saw the Detroit Lions dismantle and just destroy the freaking Cowboys. I mean, I'll be honest. I was expecting we were going to win. I already knew that one going into that game. But the sheer just ass whooping we gave the Cowboys, that was unexpected. I was not expecting us to win by some damn near 30 points. I was not expecting us to completely decimate the freaking Cowboys. That was not something I was expecting. Now, I know somebody just asked in here, I think it's Tiny who asked it, if I was going to talk about, Max Crosby. Well, I can tell you this right now. Hassan Reddick is now officially off the table because he and the Jets just, negotiated a reworked contract. So obviously he's going to stay with them. So that leaves obviously, what's his name? He's with the Browns right now. What's his name? It's not Myles Garrett. It's the other dude. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, but He's a guy that I know the Lions have definitely, yes, thank you, Braylon. Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith is somebody that I know the Lions have inquired about. I know also some other people have, including myself, have kicked the tires on potentially going after Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals. But Max Crosby, I'm going to say this right now. Absolutely nothing would make better sense from not only a cultural standpoint, but also from literally the fact that this guy is a Michigander. I mean, you talk about a guy that literally personifies the culture of Detroit, Dan Campbell, gritty. That's Max Crosby. He literally is the embodiment of that. Now, while I would love to get my hands on Max Crosby, I just don't think it's a possibility. I just don't see it as a possibility because of the fact that he's already stated, one, that he doesn't want to go anywhere, at least as far as the sense he doesn't want to be traded. But at the same time, there's the question of the cost measure, because I don't see the freaking Raiders trading away Crosby for less than at least 2 first-round picks. That's how damn good Crosby is. So I would love it to death if we could get Crosby, but I just don't see it happening. Now I see Mike Den here. He asked about Trayvon Walker. Here's the thing. While Trayvon Walker is another option, Trayvon Walker is not a very good option. I'm just going to say this. I took a look at Trayvon Walker's pass rush win rate and his pass grades and all that nonsense. His pass grades and pass rush win rate is less than some of our defensive linemen who are doing very well. I mean, if you think about it, he has just not fulfilled his role as a first overall draft pick for the Jaguars as an edge rusher. That's part of the reason that's part of the reason that conversation is even existing, in the fact is that he's not lived up to the hype of why he was drafted. And I do see what you're saying, Braylon Dennis. Yes, he said he's not there to rebuild, he's there to win. But again, that comes back to the conversation of cost. I don't know if the Raiders are willing to even consider a conversation unless it's for 2 first-round draft picks. I don't think that's even going to be a feasibility. The Raiders are not idiots. They obviously already know that their franchise at this point is in a rebuilding stage. They haven't been able to find a quarterback. They have no continuity in terms of their roster. So, yeah, they're rebuilding. Now, I see what you're saying, Tiny. Yes, they traded Adams, but Adams wanted out. Adams made it abundantly clear he wanted to leave. So far, the only thing we've heard from Crosby is that he's not about rebuilding. He wants to win. But even still, the compensation package for Adams versus Max Crosby, there's a vast world of difference. The Jets were able to trade for Crosby for a 4th-round draft pick. There is no chance in hell that the freaking Raiders are going to do that for Crosby. There's no chance. You would have to literally trade the damn farm to get your hands on Crosby. That's just my opinion on the matter. Again, I would love it if we could get Crosby, because if we could get Crosby, again, it would be it's literally a perfect seamless fit as far as what we're wanting. He fits the culture. He fits the mindset. He has the work ethic. He's from Michigan. Everything's there. It's just, how do you potentially make that trade work from a cost perspective? That's the only issue. Otherwise, yeah, I'm all for that option. But because of the cost, that's why people have introduced other ideas as Trey Hendrickson, Zadarius Smith, and all those other guys, because the amount you would have to trade in comparison is significantly less. You literally would not have to trade anywhere near as much for freaking those two than you would for freaking Max Crosby. I've always liked Trey Hendrickson myself because Trey Hendrickson literally is 29 years old. The Bengals are literally floundering. They've got nothing to look forward to this year. They definitely are rebuilding. They could use the extra draft capital. We don't need it, but we do need an edge rusher. And Hendrickson is a pretty damn good edge rusher. That's why I think Hendrickson would kind of be a nice middle ground between those that are all in on the Max Crosby persona versus, doing nothing at all. Excuse me. And it appears the game is finally starting. Vikings fans are doing their little chant with the freaking hand clapping. So far, I don't know who's got the ball to start the game. I don't know who's going to get the ball to start the half. But by the looks of it, the Lions are going to get the ball to start the game because I think I saw Riley Crosby on the sideline. Yep. So the Lions are going to get the ball first, which means the Vikings will start with the ball in the second half. All right. That was my question. Who won the toss? So Minnesota won the toss. They asked to defer. That was very annoying. And so the ball is a touchback, and here comes the Lions offense. All right. All right. Here we go. Goff under center. We're at the 30-yard line. One wide receiver to the left, got one to the right with a tight end, one man in the backfield. It's a toss to Montgomery, and Montgomery's going to start with a 2 or 3 yard gain. So it's going to be about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 coming up. All right. So it is 2nd and 7. Goff in the gun, trips to the left, man in motion. Goff snaps, hands it off to Montgomery on a draw. Draw is going to get another 3 yards, but there is a flag on the play. Holding on Awashika, pardon me. Awashika gets called for a flag for holding. So instead of a 3rd and 3, it's now a 2nd and 14, 2nd and 13. There, 2nd and 12. So this is already not good. You don't want to be in a long down and distance in 2nd and 17, pardon me. They just changed it. So Goff is killing the play. 2nd and 17. Goff is in an empty back. Goff is going to get blitzed. And another flag. But Goff was sacked on that play. And Awashika is called for holding again. Third and 26. Lions are not going to do anything stupid here. They're going to do either a short pass or they're going to do a screen or something. Montgomery gets it and is going to actually pick up a lot of yardage. He's actually going to get it back to almost 4th and 5. So Montgomery was able to get the ball back to where the original line of scrimmage was and a little bit more. So go from 3rd and 26 down to a 4th and 7. So that's definitely not a good start to the game, but it allows Jack Fox to be able to pin them back deep, because now instead of being in his own corner, he actually has some room to work with. So could have been worse, could have been a lot better, but that's the first drive. And the Lions are going to go for it. Okay. That was not good. I'm sorry, but that was a bad call. That was a terrible call, terrible place to do that. Darnold has the ball, throws it out as a screen pass, and Jefferson's going to lose a yard. Good ball tracking by the Vikings. Darnold under center. Darnold snaps it, hands it off to the running back, and he has a wide open lane touchdown. Wow. Wow. Freaking, y'all see that? The Lions literally all went to the left, and they literally cut it back to the right. Literally, look at this. Look at this. The whole defense goes to the right, and then there's no containment on the backside, and that's how you literally have an issue. There was literally no outside containment on that run. Literally none. Just in case y'all are wondering, I am writing notes because I'm going to be taking these notes and use it to make content as soon as the game is over, because I'm probably going to release a video, and then I'm going to probably do the live stream for the post-game reaction probably at about 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30. Just kind of depends. I'm just going to say this right now. That touchdown was on Dan Campbell all the way. His overconfidence in the defense put our freaking team in a bad spot, and that's why we just had them score a touchdown. Dan Campbell literally had so much confidence in the defense that he thought, oh, if we don't get it, they'll hold him to a field goal, and that'll be the end of it. And suffice it to say, Dan Campbell's overconfidence just cost us. I'm not getting overexcited. I'm just explaining what's happening. Let's understand something here, folks. The Lions are not going to let something like this faze them. It's one score. All I'm simply going to say is this. That right there, if nothing else, should have been Dan Campbell's little wake-up call to say, yeah, we don't want to do that. All right. So Vikings up 7-0. Kickoff is about to ensue. I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's that he doesn't have any confidence in the defense. The defense has actually shown this year to be rather dang, good. I think he did it because he thought that the defense could hold. Because that's literally the only reason why a coach would do that at that spot. That's the only reason why you would do that at the 34-yard line. All right, Lions on offense at the 30-yard line. Goff under center, barking out signals, making sure everybody has got it, and looks like Campbell just called a timeout. Goff under center, snaps the ball, play action, sets it up, swings it out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is going to pick up maybe 2 yards. Goff under center, 2nd and 8, brings a man in motion. Goff snaps it, hands it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up about 4 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. 3rd and manageable coming up. Lions are going to be at the 36-yard line. Goff in the gun, got a man to his left, two receivers on each side. Goff snaps, looks to throw, but the play has been blown dead. Minnesota called a timeout, but there's a flag now. So what's the flag about? Timeout, then flag. Why? Interesting. So Vikings have now used a timeout, negated the flag. Very interesting. So Lions will redo the down. 3rd and 4 coming up. All right, Goff in the gun again. Goff has got 3 men to the right. Gibbs switches over to his left. He's got tight end to the left as well. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff is going to run. And there's another flag. Now there's a flag on freaking Taylor Decker for holding. Another 3 and out. So 4th and 3 coming up. Lions go max cover, max protect. This time they will punt the ball away. And the ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. Vikings will get the ball at the 20-25 yard line. I'm going to step off camera for a minute, guys. I need to get some stuff. I wasn't able to do it before we started this, so just give me a minute. Don't worry, y'all. I'm still here. So I'm back. Sorry about that. We're going to have Sam Darnold in the pistol. Darnold snaps the ball, is going to hand it off to Jones, and Jones is going to, once again, bounce it outside. Pick up of about 8 yards. Vikings are going hurry up, snap the ball, hand it off to Jones again. And this time, Jones is not going to get much of anything, maybe gets a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Darnold is in the gun. It is 3rd and 1. Man in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, is going to get it out, and it is caught by Justin Jefferson. $18-yard gain. I'm doing well, Cortez. I'm doing well. My throat's a little scratchy, but that's just because I've been talking quite a bit over the last couple of days. Anyway, and now there's a stoppage, and the Vikings are going to use their second time out, and we're not even halfway into the first quarter. Looks like head coach Kevin O'Connell's a little frustrated about something. Just adding some drink enhancer to my water here, folks. Nothing serious. All right. Now, after the second timeout by the Vikings, Darnold is going to be under center again. And snaps the ball, tosses it to Jones outside, and Jones is not going to get anywhere. Stop behind the line with Jack Campbell. Good job, Campbell. Yes, I am doing better, Nick. I am doing better. And the Vikings are going hurry up again. Darnold in the gun. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, and is going to get pressured, going to step up, and he is going to get stopped short, but there's going to be a flag in the secondary, which is probably going to be a pass interference or holding on the Lions. Darnold under center again. Snaps the ball, hands it off on a misdirection to Jones, and Jones is, again, not going to get anywhere. O'Connor made the initial contact, and then Campbell came and kind of finished it off. Well, I'm not drinking, William. I understand what you're saying, but I don't drink typically when football's on because that could provide a bad mixture. Darnold in the empty backfield, snaps the ball, quick throws, gets it out, and Anzalone is all over his target, and it's going to be a 3rd and long for the Vikings coming up, 3rd and 8. Cortez, it literally could be anybody, but chances are it's probably going to be Carlton Davis or Amik Robertson, most likely. I don't think they're going to throw Arnold at JJ this early. Darnold in the gun, trips to the left, man in motion. Darnold is going to get a little bit of a pressure blitz and going to dump it off, and there is no gain right there, so the Lions will get a 4th down upcoming, and a punt is coming up. I would have thought the Vikings would have punted that, but they decided to take a 57-yard shot, and they got it. They're now up by 10. Nick, the score is 10-0 Vikings. Sorry, y'all. I'm having myself an apple here, and I personally don't think you guys want to hear me chew. But here's what I'm going to say, folks. I don't think the Vikings defense is all that great. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it's as great as some people are trying to make it out to. The reason why the Vikings defense typically does quite well is because of literally what the announcer said. When the Vikings get started with an early lead, that's when things start kind of falling into place for their defense. We're not in a panic situation just yet. We're only down by 10, folks. A touchdown, we're right back in it. Hell, even a field goal, we're still fine. So I'm not worried. Realistically, what it comes down to is this. Our offense needs to clean up the holding penalties. Whether it's Awashika, whether it's Decker, I don't care. You got to clean that up. That's number one. Number two, we have to play our style of football, which is, hey, get that running game going, ground and pound, shut up the Vikings home crowd, get some first downs, and get some mojo working. Once we get that going, we're fine. We just saw our defense was able to make sure, hey, you know what? We can hold the Vikings offense. We just need to know that on offense for ourselves, we need to get ourselves in a mojo. No, Dean, I don't think they're calling the game tight. I think right now what's going on is, hey, you know what? Lions are trying to figure themselves out a little bit. It's the first time they've played a divisional opponent this year. Now they need to try and start getting themselves into a divisional mindset. But you know what? Again, I'm not too worried about it. Once the Lions figure out where they're at, they're fine. Offense at the 30. Goff under center. Brown in motion. Goff snaps the ball. Play action. Is going to toss it underneath to Tim Patrick. And Patrick is going to pick up 3 yards. I think Patrick was down. So the Vikings challenge, and we will see what the NFL rules from New York, because the play is under review. we'll see what happens here, folks. Obviously, people are going to say, oh, he's down, or hey, he's not. It's the NFL's call, folks. I don't know which way they're going to call it. They could call it either way. Is it just me, but is freaking Tom Brady more on television now that he's off? Call stands. The call stands. It's the Lions' ball. The Vikings don't have any more timeouts. They're out of timeouts for the first half. If the Lions were smart, they would go hurry up because they can't stop the clock now. Goff, play action, snaps the ball, tosses it underneath, gets it to Monty. Monty is going to pick up maybe a first down. It's about a half yard short. Third and inches, hand the ball off to Monty and just power that bugger up there. Goff under center, almost at the 40-yard line. Goff hands it off to Monty. And Monty does not get there. Graham Glasgow didn't do a very good job on that ball. David Montgomery is down with an injury. Calm down, folks. We do not know, first and foremost, one, how serious of an injury it is, or if it is even an injury that is even that big of a deal. Okay. I'm muting you. Anyway, like I said, folks, I understand y'all are getting a little finicky, y'all are getting a little worried, but there is still plenty of football left. There is no reason to start worrying. 4th and inches. That is now Awashika's 3rd penalty of the day. Awashika, definitely already a loser for the day. 2 holding penalties and a false start. And we're not even out of the first quarter yet. Punt is away, and Powell is going to receive it at the 11 or 10-yard line. And there is another flag on the field, probably going to be a holding against the Vikings, which is probably going to back them about halfway to the goal line. Huh. So, Vikings will start at the 20. Darnold under center. Darnold snaps the ball, heads it inside, and it's going to be another flag on the field. This one behind the line of scrimmage. This is most likely going to be a hold. Most likely a 1st and 20 coming up. Guys, we don't know what's going on with Monty yet. Stop hitting the damn panic button. Y'all are getting way too worked up. It's not even the end of the first quarter. Darnold in the gun, 1st and 20. Darnold snaps, is going to do a draw play, and it's going to go nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to be a 2nd and 19 or 2nd and 20 coming up. Or 2nd and 18, pardon me. 2nd and 19, so a gain of 1. Vikings hurrying up. Darnold in the gun again. Arnold is on Jefferson on the right side of the formation. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, gets pressured, throws it underneath, and it is ruled a catch on Jefferson. Arnold was in good coverage. 1 foot. No. Justin Jefferson did not get that catch. The play does not stand because it was a holding penalty. So that catch, quote unquote, was negated. So it's now 2nd and 24 as the Vikings are now literally like on the 5-yard line. Darnold in the gun, man in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, steps up, gets it over the middle underneath. Jalen Naylor got the catch for about maybe 11, maybe 12. So it's 3rd and 13 coming up. So 3rd and 13 coming up for the Vikings. Jason, I will agree. That fake punt was so dumb. Because at this point, if that fake punt wasn't in there, it'd be a 3-0 ball game. And there's another flag. Probably going to be a false start. False start against the Vikings. Another 5 yards. It's now going to be 3rd and 18. Is it just me, but are the freaking refs in this game like, they're just flag happy? They're just shoo, 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 shoo. Like the freaking refs, they're just throwing flags for everything. Holdings, false starts, like this is ridiculous. Darnold in the gun, trips to the right. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, gets it out, and it's going to get it to Addison. And Addison is going to get out of bounds, well short of the first down. So it's going to be a 4th down and punt coming up. And according to a report that just came from Twitter for the Lions, Montgomery is questionable to return with dealing a knee injury. So currently, Montgomery has not been ruled out. So, Vikings will punt the ball from the 23-yard line. Punt is away. And it's a good punt, but it's going to give Raymond a lot of room to work with. And Raymond is going to get it to the 30-yard line, which would have been where the Lions would have gotten the ball if there would have been a kickoff anyway. All right, 1st and 10 for the Lions. It's actually at the 31-yard line. Goff under center, St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps, going to hand it off to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to get about 3 yards. So it's going to be a 2nd and 7 coming up. Lions are gonna have to get one more snap before the quarter is done. Goff in the gun, and it's actually a pickup of 4 at the almost 35-yard line. Goff snaps the ball, play action, quick throw to St. Brown. St. Brown is going to pick up a 1st down. Lions will get a 1st down to end the first quarter. So the Lions will get their first down in the quarter at the very end of the quarter, but at least they have made progress. But anyway, that is the end of the first quarter with the Vikings up 10-0 over the Lions. Courtesy of Dan Campbell with a very, very, very horrible decision to go for it on 4th down, which provided the Vikings with good field position to get that touchdown from Aaron Jones, courtesy of Arnold not having outside containment on a 34-yard scamper. So, currently as it stands right now, Campbell has not helped us. Awashika has definitely not helped us. And on top of that, the refs are just, dude, the refs are just ridiculous today. I mean, I get it. You wanna call the game fair, but dude, I have seen more dirty laundry on the field in this one game than I think I've seen damn near since the beginning of the season in week 2 when it was crazy. Like, again, there's plenty of things about this first quarter already for the game that I'm not too particularly thrilled with. I don't like how the freaking refs are not letting the players play. I don't like the fact that Dan Campbell quite literally made, again, one of the biggest. Again, I love Dan Campbell, folks. I really do. But I can't even deny the fact that one of Dan Campbell's biggest attractions is the fact that he sometimes makes some really questionable calls. I don't understand why Campbell sometimes decides to go for things when it's like, listen, it would have been better had you just not done that. Jason, I don't know if Zietler being out is that big of a difference or not. Montgomery is on the bike, and it looks like he's working it out. Hendon Hooker came over to give him a little bit of a handshake and a little bit of encouragement. Montgomery looks like he's trying to get back in there. Ugh. Goff under center. Goff snaps the ball, hands it off to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up about another 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be about 2nd and 6 coming up. Goff snaps, gives it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to turn it up, gets another first down. That almost looked like it was going to be a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but Gibbs in his speed was able to get out and to pick up a first down there. So the Lions have gotten their second first down of the game. Goff under center. Lions are on the Vikings side of the field. I formation. Goff snaps the ball, hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to dance it outside. Gibbs got a hole. Gibbs is going to go for a touchdown. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. So, can you all stop freaking losing your minds? Take a chill pill. Call a timeout and relax. Gibbs literally found a crease and he just went zoop. That was a great juke move by Gibbs there at the very end. Awesome job. I understand you guys are all just civilians, but and the kick is good. Lions are down now only by 3. And like I said, I understand y'all are civilians. I don't know what that has to do with all this, but here's the thing, folks. Just because I'm in the military doesn't mean I'm not a civilian either. I am just a civilian who wears a camouflage suit to work every day. Anyway, now the Lions are cooking. Let's take a look, see at what is going on around the NFL in terms of scores. Currently, the Seahawks are on top of the Falcons 10-0. Wow. Titans are on top of the Bills 10-0. Bengals are on top of the Browns 7-0. Texans are on top of the Packers 10. Texans are on top of the Packers 10-7. Dolphins are beating the Colts 7-0. Eagles are beating the Giants 7-0. So, a couple of surprises around the NFL. Got an itch. Yeah, I saw their all-white uniforms, Dean. I've never been a fan of all-white uniforms. I mean, I understand when people want to wear all-white jersey tops and bottoms, that's fine. But an all-white helmet, I think it's just being too much, in my honest opinion. Nice to see that, Gatman. I'm going on 8 years active Army, so thank you for your service. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 13 years, but still definitely going to keep trying. And that also was a career-long rush for Gibbs. That's his longest rush of his career. Ouch. Oh, wow. And hey, think about that, folks. That is what our offense can do. Think about this. We have an offense right now that can either do a slow grind or it can do a fast burn. It can do either to get us on the board. And to answer your question, Braylon, I have been in the military now for almost 8 years. Almost 8. And the Vikings are actually going to return, and he's not going to go anywhere close to where he would have been if he'd have been taking it out, just letting it go out the end zone. But there is a flag on the field. Another one. Who's this one on? Illegal formation. I mean, I don't care how we do it, William. I don't care if we do it fast. I don't care if we do it slow, just as long as we win. Darnold in the gun. Man in motion from left to right. Darnold snaps, play action, and he's going to get pressured, but what the hell? What the? Whoa. Go back. Watch this replay. Jack Campbell literally blitzes right up the middle, and dude, there's nobody behind anybody. I mean, I get the freaking linebacker blitz, but where's the backup? Where's the backup to that? There should be somebody behind, so that way the quarterback can't do that. Darnold under center, almost near midfield. Darnold snaps, pitches it to Jones on a right side, and Jones is not going to get virtually anywhere. He might make 1 yard out of that. It's going to be 2nd and 9. And Josh Pascal is down. It looks like he's having an issue with his leg. Looks like Pascal's fine. He's jogging off the field. Looks like he's fine. Looks like Pascal just needs a playoff. He'll be fine. Must have had a stinger or something. Darnold in the gun, 2nd and 10, so it was a no gain. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, gets a floater off, and it's going to be a flag. Jefferson was covered by Arnold, but it was not a penalty against Arnold, it's against Minnesota. It's a legal formation against the offense, so not a pass interference on Arnold. Good coverage on Arnold against Jefferson. So that is a 10-yard penalty. So that is going to be either 2nd and 20. No, it's a 5-yard penalty. I was like, is it 2nd and 20 or is it 2nd and 15? So 2nd and 15 for the Vikings. I think next week we play at Ford Field, and I think we play the Texans. Vikings have Darnold in the gun, man in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, and throws underneath to Addison and gets nowhere after the catch. Brian Branch brings him down. So pickup of 6. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Third and 9 coming up. Oh, thank you, Braylon. That's why I couldn't remember. So next game, we're at home against the Titans. Darnold in the gun. Trips right, one man to the left. Addison in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw. Arnold throws underneath, and it's incomplete. Brian Branch with great coverage. Going to be another 4th down. Punt coming up. Brian Branch had good coverage, swatted that ball down. Lions offense gets it back. Good job. That's what you call great coverage. Did you guys see that? He's on his back hip. He's not grabbing or anything. He just waits until the ball gets there, swats it down. That's great coverage. Punt is away, and Raymond is going to get the ball at about the 16, 17-yard line. Lions are now going to get the ball again. Hey, I'll say this right now, William. I still think the Packers for us getting Branch. Think about this, folks. We can thank the Bears for getting Monty. We can thank the Packers for getting Branch. And we can thank the Vikings for getting J-Mo. Think about that. Every single one of our division rivals has allowed us to get one of our key players. Hey, Jason, I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I would love it if we could go get, Max Crosby. I really, really would. But I just don't see how we're going to make that trade work. Could it happen? I mean, anything's possible. But I just don't know what and how the Lions are going to make that work. Hey, I'm just simply saying this, folks. I would love it if we could get Crosby. I would. But it's not going to happen. And look at there. Monty's back. Monty is on the field. Goff under center. Monty in the backfield. Goff snaps it. Play action. Goff is going to go down the field. Gets it to St. Brown. It's going to be a big gain of almost 20 yards. Great catch. Great throw. So 15 yards is tacked onto the end of the throw because of a roughing the passer. Braylon, thank you for the donation. Goff is going to be under center again. Goff snaps it, going to toss it to Monty, and Monty is going to pick up another 5 yards. Lions are now getting that offense running, humming. They've now picked up chunk plays on their last couple of plays. Because think about that. They got the touchdown from Gibbs. Then they just got that chunk play on the throw for play action. And then they just got another 5 yards on that run by Monty. And actually, that was a 6-yard gain. Pardon me. Goff snaps the ball, looks to throw, gets it out, throws it to St. Brown. St. Brown is going to get a first down. Dude, did you guys just see that drop back by Goff? He just did like a 1970s drop back. He just dropped back straight back. He didn't even open his hips. He just dropped straight back. Look at that. Goff just literally dropped straight back like freaking Peyton Manning used to. I love it. That is awesome. That is old school drop back right there. Goff literally just took the ball and started backing up. He didn't even open his hips. That's awesome. And there is a flag on the play. It's behind the line. False start on Montgomery. So 1st and 15 coming up. Goff under center, St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps, hands it to Monty. Monty's going to find a little crease and probably picks up those penalty yardage back. So it's now going to be about 2nd and 10. Almost got it. 2nd and 11. So Monty got back almost all of the penalty yardage back. So we're kind of now back to where we were. Goff in the gun. 4 wide receivers on the field. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Patrick in motion. Goff snaps. Goff is going to go down the field deep. He's got St. Brown. Touchdown! Goff, I love it! Woo! Woo! Look at that. Goff was under pressure. Goff was getting blitzed again, and he threw that ball about as perfectly as you could ask. Look at that. Goff just is like, yep. Oh, I'm going to toss it down the seam. I love it. Kick is up. Kick is good. Lions are now up by 4. Hey, what'd I tell you guys? You guys were all worrying when we were down 10-0, thinking the world was about to be burning up. And now look at it. We're up by 4. Just saying it, folks. Just saying it. Y'all have to remain calm. So I said there's a lot of football left. Anyway, let me see here. I want to check something out here real quick. Currently, I'm going to give you guys an update on the scores around the NFL. Seahawks are still in front of the Falcons, 10-7. Titans are still in front of the Bills, 10-7. Bengals are up 7-0 over the Browns. Packers are now in front of the Texans, 14-10. Dolphins are still in front of the Colts, 7-0. Wait a minute. I don't think my scoreboard's updated. There we go. Okay, that's right. And the Eagles, yep, up in front of the Giants, 14-0. I swear to God, these text messages are going to kill me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all right, we're back to the game. Lions are up 14-10. Kickoff is away, and Bates kicks it short, and it's going to be brought out again, and going to get nowhere again. Loses 5 yards if he'd have stayed in the end zone. All right, where was I? Darnold under center at the 25-yard line. Trips to the right. Now trips to the left. 2 men in motion to the right. Pardon me. Single back. Darnold snaps it. Going to be play action. Darnold looks to throw. Steps up. Darnold's going to throw it down the middle. Gets it to Justin Jefferson for a first down. Kirby Joseph and Arnold were right on him. Excuse me, folks. Man, that apple's coming back to haunt me. Darnold under center. 2 men to the right. Now he comes back. Darnold snaps, hands it off to Jones, and Jones is going to get tackled by Ukwu and is only going to get a gain of about 3 yards. All right. Darnold under center, strong eye formation. Got 2 men to the right. Darnold calls an audible or a shift. Darnold snaps, straight drop back. Going to toss it out to Jones, and Jones is going to pick up a first down. was able to get past both of the guys, picks up a first down, pickup of 12. Unfortunately, William, if I don't eat, then I quite plainly forget to eat. I'm currently on medication right now where I don't really get all that hungry. And so I realize that, hey, I have to eat something or I won't. Darnold under center, snaps the ball, hands off to Jones, and Jones is going to get bottled up for another 2-yard gain, maybe 3, depending upon where they put forward progression. All right, 2nd and 8 coming up. Darnold under center. Going to have, looks like a bit of it's a 12 formation. Darnold snaps, play action, looks to throw. Darnold throws down the field, and it's intercepted! Brian Branch with another interception. Brian Branch now with his 4th interception on the year. Think about this, folks. Think about this. Brian Branch has 4 interceptions. Kirby Joseph has 4 interceptions. Our safeties are literal pick machines. 8 interceptions between our 2 safeties. 8 interceptions between freaking Branch and Joseph. Oh my Lord. I'm telling you this right now. Quarterbacks, beware. You do not want to throw against our safeties. You just do not want to. Goff under center. Goff snaps the ball, hands it off to Gibbs. And Gibbs is going to spin his way up for about 9 or 8 yards, depends on the spot. Definitely got the defense on the sideline. They're motivated. Y'all just hear that? The Lions now have the longest streak in the NFL with takeaways on defense. We've had 10 straight games with a takeaway. Goff under center. J-Mo in motion. Goff snaps. Looks to throw on a play action. Goff throws. Gets it underneath to Jameer. And Jameer is going to get all the way up to the 45-yard line on a little dump off. You are correct, Jason. He is 10 for 10. And I know he is. Goff under center. St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps. Hands it off to Gibbs again. And Gibbs is going to stiff arm, and he's going to pick up another 9 yards. Thank you again, Braylon Dennis, for the donation. Braylon, I didn't jinx anything. It was merely an observation by Jason. I have not said anything just yet. According to Adam Schefter, Deshaun Watson of the Browns is down with an injury, which looks to be an Achilles injury. Goff under center, trips to the right, St. Brown in motion. Goff throws, quick throw to St. Brown, first down. Hey, William, I've said it. Glenn has done an excellent job for this year. He has done amazing. The defense has been absolutely wonderful. Goff under center. Patrick in motion to the right. Goff snaps, hands it off to Monty, and Monty is not going to get out of the backfield this time. He will get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard, depending upon the spot. Goff in the gun, empty, 2nd and 11. St. Brown in motion to the left. Goff is calling an audible of some type. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff is going to go down the field. And Laporta gets the catch. And it looks like Laporta is a little gimpy after that play, at least when he got up. But yeah, that is a catch. Great job by Laporta. Definitely not Goff's best throw, but that is a catch. Dude. I'm telling you this all right now. And Adam Schefter is now stating that Deshaun Watson is now being carted off the field. So Watson is definitely done. But here's the part that's not, oh boy. Oh boy, if I remember reading this correctly, before the game started, wasn't Jameis Winston the Browns' backup quarterback? Isn't he inactive today? Somebody look that up for me. Because I thought for certain I read that somewhere. I could be wrong, though. It is entirely possible. Oh boy. The Browns are screwed then. Yeah, Travis, I know Winston is their backup, but I remember reading somewhere that he's been made inactive. So it's like, I was asking then, well, if that's the case, who the hell's their backup quarterback? And Braylon Dennis just answered me the question. It's DTR, Thomas Robinson. And I'm just like, oh, if that's the case, the Browns are screwed. Because if it's between DTR and Jameis Winston, I personally would go with Jameis Winston. I would much rather go with famous Jameis than DTR. Lions are in the red zone. Goff under center. Goff snaps, pitches it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to find a small seam. Was trying to find something, couldn't find much, but does pick up, I think, 2 yards. Hey, Cortez, I understand what you're saying, but I have always been of this mindset. When they go low, you go high. We know we're a good enough team. We don't have to play dirty. Think about it that way. Goff in the gun. You got 3 receivers to the left. Raymond in motion. Goff snaps, gives it to Monty. and Monty is going to power his way forward for maybe another yard or two. It's going to be now third and 6. So the Lions are trying to grind the clock down. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure the Vikings do not get a chance to do anything with the ball because they currently don't have any timeouts. So what the Lions are trying to do is they're trying to wind that clock down to as little time as left on the clock. So that way the Lions can at the very least have a 7-point score going into the half. Braylon, I'm not saying that they're not going to score. The Lions are going to score. What the Lions are trying to do is they're trying to say, okay, we want as little time on that clock as possible before we score, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, because they don't want the Vikings to have any time to do anything with the ball. So the Lions are looking at this one of two ways. Hey, we get a touchdown, and now we're up by freaking, 11 points. But if we don't get the touchdown, we get a field goal, we still go up by a touchdown going into the half. And to just give an update, apparently Watson wasn't even hit on the play. It was a non-contact injury with an Achilles. 3rd and 7 coming up. Goff in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Goff has a man in the backfield. Goff snaps it. It's a draw, and Gibbs touchdown! Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown of the day. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. I almost had a suspicion that that's exactly what the Lions were going to do. Think about it, folks. Think about it. 3rd and 7. You've got little time left on the clock. The Lions can do anything they want. They just literally mind screwed the Vikings because the Vikings thought they were going to pass the ball. That's why that play works so damn well. Lions now up 21-10. Yes, Dean, there is 26 seconds on the clock. But let's understand something here. Each play takes about anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds. And Dean, no, they get the ball to start the second half because the Vikings won the toss and they chose to kick it off. They chose to defer. So the Lions will start on defense for the second half. Oh, sure, Travis, I agree. It should be 21-3. If freaking Dan Campbell had not called that bonehead fake punt, the freaking Vikings wouldn't even have a touchdown. Yes, Gatman, they get the ball to start the second half. They being the Vikings. Vikings are now at their largest deficit of the season with 11 points. Hey, Travis, there's a reason why they're looking out of it. There's a reason why they're looking out of it. The Vikings have not faced anybody this year that was worth a damn. This is literally what I tried to tell people. Even though I didn't make a whole lot of content this week, I tried to tell people who asked me in my comment section. Think about this, folks. Who have the Vikings played so far before us? They played the Giants. They played the Niners. They played the Texans. They played the Packers. And who was the team they played last week? Who was the team they played last week? Who was the team they played last week? Who the hell did they play last week? I have it in my notes. The Jets, pardon me. Think about it. The best team that they played at that time, Darnold is going to throw it downfield, and it's incomplete. It was dropped. You are correct, Cortez. Think about this. Think about this, folks. Listen to me right now when I say this. All the teams that they've played, Giants, ass. Sorry to put it so bluntly, but the Giants are ass. 49ers. Oh, they don't have Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is a huge part of their offense. Then, let's see. Who's the next team they play? Oh, that's right. The next team they play is the Texans. Texans don't have their starting running backs. That's a problem for them. Packers. Oh, that's right. That's the first game that freaking Jordan Love is back, and they don't have their starting cornerbacks. So Jordan Love is gimpy and rusty as hell. And then the Jets. Jets are the most dysfunctional team in the entirety of the NFL. So who the freaking Vikings really played? The best team they played was the freaking 49ers. And oh, that's right. They only barely beat the 49ers by 6 points. You know something now? That's now the third game this year where Jared Goff has finished the first half perfect. Think about that. That's the third time this year that he has finished the first half perfect. And you know what also is funny? Every single half that he's finished perfect, he was 12 for 12. Think about that. Every single first half he has finished has been 12 for 12 and perfect. That's very, very precise, consistent production. Now we're just seeing the other game highlights here. I always love listening to the halftime show. I don't care what people want to say about Terry. I love watching Terry. I love listening to, him giving his little spiel. I just love it. Eagles on top of the Giants 14-3. Motown asks me, correct me if I'm wrong, but that kickoff, the returner touched the ball. When he got back on it, his foot was out of bounds in the end zone. Is that not a safety? Technically, yes, that is a safety. Technically, yes. Because if the ball is touched and then rolls into the end zone after it's been touched by a player of that said team, that's now a live ball. It's not a kickoff ball. It's a live ball. Now, I don't know if the refs just didn't call that for a certain reason, but so be it. Travis says, still have to go, but if we win this, maybe we'll put things to bed with these analysts saying we can't win a Super Bowl without Hutch. You know what the funny thing is I drafted Nick Chubb in my fantasy league. I think I drafted him in like round 6 or something because nobody was touching him because he was currently on the injury reserve. But I was like, you know what? I know he's going to come back at some point. And first game he comes back, he already scores me a touchdown. I'm happy of that. Jaguars dismantled the freaking Patriots. Travis, the Patriots have been bad because what made the Patriots great was Brady. And here's why I'm going to say this. The reason why the Patriots won was solely because of Brady is because of two reasons. Think about this. Brady as a player himself was able to make stuff work that nobody else was able to make work. That's number one. Brady, great player. One of the best that's ever done it. But the reason why the Patriots were able to win constantly was because Brady always took less money than what he could have asked for at market value. So think about that. By taking less money, he was able to bring in other talent, and that's how they were able to win those freaking, 6-7 Super Bowls. But now that they don't have Brady there, they've got nothing to work with. And I'm sorry to call it so bluntly, but Mac Jones was no Brady, not even close, and Drake May is not going to be a Brady. I'll say this, Soda Pop. My opinion of Glenn has changed quite a bit over the last couple of weeks because I have seen the defense now actually play great football. I've seen the defense play the way I've been wanting it to play for the last 3 years. But think about this, folks. This is why this game will definitely change my opinion of Glenn quite a bit. For Glenn to be able to do this without Hutch, that is something that definitely needs to be said because now Glenn doesn't have his best defensive player and he's still doing a good job. That says something. Oh, Travis, I agree. Again, I have said it before. Our secondary has not been good for the last 3 years. And the reason why it hasn't been good is because up until this last draft, Brad Holmes had not actually freaking, invested any picks in the cornerbacks. He had invested it in safeties, but he had not done it for cornerbacks. And now think about it. As soon as Brad Holmes gets some freaking cornerbacks through the draft, look where we're at. We actually have a defense that can cover. We have a defense that can rush. We have a defense on all levels. The way I look at it is very simple. Glenn had talent for the last 2 years. It was definitely apparent last year because we had one of the best rushing defense. I think we had the second best rushing defense. But we were still lacking the passing the passing part. Now, here's what I will say. Glenn definitely had to make a lot of crap work this year because he was still on a lot of people's, He was definitely on a lot of people's radars. And not for a good reason. Yes, William, we are without Davenport too, but let's just call for what it is. Davenport was not that big of an addition for us. Think about it. We had Davenport for literally 2 games. 2 freaking games. We had him for the Cardinals game, and we had him for the Rams game. So we can't really talk about, Davenport like he's something about, big. Yeah, he was able to get pass rushes for us, but you can't really talk much about it for only 2 games. Because think about it this way, folks. So far, the Lions have not gotten a sack on Sam Darnold. But despite the fact we haven't gotten a sack on Darnold, we've intercepted him, and we've held their best receiver, I think, to 2 catches? I think so. Let me check this out. I have to check it up. I have to check it out here real quick. Justin Jefferson literally has 3 catches for 33 yards. That's it. So think about that. We have not been able to sack Sam Darnold because that's a huge thing because we don't have Hutchinson out there. But despite that, we've still picked off Darnold one time, and we've held Justin Jefferson to a 3-catch, 33-yard performance for one half. Oh, I agree. I think Holmes will make a trade before the trade deadline. Now, who he trades for, I don't know. I would like to think he's probably going to get somebody like, again, a Zadarius Smith, a Trey Hendrickson. I don't know. But I'm going to step off screen for just a second, folks. I'm going to get some more water and maybe another snack or something. Hey, dear, what's up? Yeah, he put gas back in it. He didn't put a lot. He just put enough to get him to and from work for the couple of days he was there, but nothing much more than that. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of gas in it in the first place, but he put back what was there originally. Sure. You definitely picked the perfect time. Man, she looks happy. Happy and clean. Are you wearing... That's good. You're wearing your yoga pants. Or your workout pants. They're not technically yoga pants. Why? Why are you mad? Absolutely not. That'd be a dick ass move. Let's back up here. Obviously, yeah, she's done a lot of disrespectful shit, but what the hell happened? So she's just being fucking dramatic, crazy. That's about to say, it's like, first and foremost, it's your house. You're the one that pays for it. So it's like, he should respect you because, first and foremost, you're his mama. But it's like, I thought you were right. No, I agree. I agree. I 100%. Yeah. Somebody who doesn't. What that tells me is that he doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself, and even that he doesn't give much of a shit about. Yeah. I'm sorry you're having to deal with all this bullshit. This is ridiculous. You got a grown-ass man acting like a fool, and our son is acting all kinds of stupid because of his girlfriend and being disrespectful as hell to you, so that's some fucking bullshit on all levels. Yeah. So, I 100% agree with you. Rage needs to know that what he's doing is not acceptable. He shouldn't be taking her behavior. And pretty much like you said, if he doesn't like it, if he wants to get some kind of way, it's like, listen, there's the door. You want to act so big and tough? There's the door. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Well, of course she is, because she knows he just got all that graduation money, so she's going to try and get as much as she can. She's literally... Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But, like I said, I'm sorry you're having to deal with all this. This is crazy. I would have never expected that Rage would pull those cards because he knows better than that. He knows better than that on so many fucking levels. And it's like, listen, I get it, you know, she's your girlfriend and all, and you want to stand up for her, but you don't do that over family. That's not okay. She's not your wife or anything like that. She's your girlfriend, and quite frankly, she's a fucking psycho. But I I'm also sorry you got your appointment canceled because I know you were really looking forward to that. Well, yeah, of course you're going to be. You're about to start, number one. But also, number two, you got all this shit that's going on that you shouldn't have to be contending with. As you said, it's not your job or responsibility to take care of a full-grown ass man who doesn't know how to handle himself. And you shouldn't be having some girlfriend acting like she owns our house and doesn't have to be respectful to you, and then our son acting some kind of way with you. That's bullshit. I wish I could help, but I know this is one of those things where all I can do is just listen and be an understanding ear and shoulder. Well, you keep bringing it up as part of the conversation. It's like, well, okay. Yes, I understand that. I just, without context, it's like, okay, well, what the hell's all going on? That's all. But I understand. I get it. It's very annoying. It's very stressful. And I guarantee you this, the conversation you're about to have with our son is definitely not going to be a pleasant one. And given the fact that he's now getting very much feeling his oats, I hope for his sake that does not do anything foolish. But I'm going to let you go before I do or say something that's going to have you pissed off at me. Because you don't need any more of that shit. I know. So, I'm sorry all this is going on, but I love you. I'll talk to you later, okay? Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I should have let you know I was going to be off for a little bit longer than what I was, but it's whatever. I had my wife called. That was more important. So that's always going to be more important. So. Damn. Freaking ear is freaking killing me. All right, folks. I know what's going on, Braylon. I know. I still had my earbud in while I was off screen. So I was able to hear what was going on. But like I said, there was something else that I had to deal with that was way more important. And yeah, I also heard that there was a fumble that was called back. So I literally was able to hear what happened during the drive, folks. I know what's going on. So I'm in the loop. I know what's going on. So It'll all be good. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, oh, freaking my ear. Oh. Well, I'll say this, Dean. I've got good priorities right now. I didn't always. So I've had to learn a lot of painful lessons. But as the saying goes, experience is the best teacher, albeit it is also the harshest. Ouch. You damn right I'm eligible. Albeit I'm not a veteran. I am just a current military member. All right. So, technically, the Lions have had 2 long touchdowns because we had the nice bomb from Goff to St. Brown, and then on top of that, we had the nice long rushing touchdown from Gibbs. And Raymond is going to keep the ball in the end zone. Cortez, you're fine. You're totally fine. Anyway, like I said, the whoops, my phone just fell over. All right. Nice catch, Monty. Who says he can't catch the football? That was a great catch by Monty right there. St. Brown in motion, Goff under the center. Goff snaps, hands it to Monty, and Monty's going to cut it back, pick up about another freaking 6-7 yards, keeps churning. That was a great grab. That was an awesome grab by Monty. Because everybody wanted to talk about how Gibbs was a dual threat back, but it's like, don't count out Monty. Monty's pretty damn good too. Goff in the gun, 2 receivers to the right, St. Brown to the left. Goff snaps. It's going to be a draw to Monty, and Monty was trying to find something, but there is a penalty on the play. That's now the 3rd holding call against the Lions. Awasika has 2. And no, actually that's the 4th one. Pardon me, because there's 1 against Decker, there's 1 against Glasgow, and there's 2 against Awasika. So far, the only offensive linemen that have not been called are Ragnow and Sewell. And that's for anything. Goff in the gun, 2nd and 14. Looks like they're going to blitz. Goff snaps. Goff gets rid of it quickly, throws it to Raymond. Catch. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and long coming up. 3rd and 9. Definitely more of a manageable 3rd down than freaking 3rd and 14. Goff in the gun. Looks like he's calling something different. Goff in the empty formation. Goff snaps, throws it, and gets it to Raymond off the back foot. Great catch, great throw. Awesome job. Goff under center, single back. Raymond in motion. Goff snaps, straight drop back, throws quickly, and incomplete. That is a deflection. You know what's funny? The last time Goff got up to 19 straight completions in a row. This time he got up to 20 before he had his first incompletion, because he had 5 completions to end the last game he played, and then he had those freaking 15 completions in a row. So he was up to 20. That was what I was keeping track of. I was like, So think about that, folks. Goff has had 3 games where he's been perfect in the first half. He's had 1 game where he's been perfect the entire way through. And Goff has had 2 streaks of literally throwing a whole bunch of completions. He had 19 completions in a row, and then he had 20 completions in a row. I mean, dude, Goff is literally playing at a inhuman level. Goff is literally throwing at a 6% higher than average league percentage. Like, just absolutely crazy. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps, looks to throw, but there's another flag. And it's another false start. Of course. Now Penei Sewell's been called. Dude, the only person on our offensive line that's not been called is Frank Ragnow. Every other freaking offensive lineman has been called for some sort of penalty. If I'm Hank Fraley, I'm going to be having a damn field day with the film. Goff in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Got a man in the backfield with him. Tight end to the left. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Oh my Lord, Goff. Goff, you are ridiculous. Goff, dude. That was not almost a strip sack fumble. Did you guys see that? Goff kept both hands on the ball. That is what you are taught to do. Have strong hands on the ball. Goff is literally playing at the best you could ask a quarterback to play. Goff got it to J-Mo, but that wide receiver screen was literally freaking, that was literally eaten up before it even got started. Second and 14. Goff under center, snaps it, hands it to Monty. Monty gets a nice good cut, and he's going to pick up about 6 or 7. Going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down. Actually picked up 8, pardon me. Third and 6, so that was an 8-yard pickup by Monty. 3rd and 6, Goff in the gun, tight end to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Gibbs is going to be on Goff's left. Goff is going to snap it. Goff is going to throw it. Goff gets it underneath to Raymond. Raymond is going to get a touchdown. Boom! Goff to Raymond for the touchdown, baby. Lions extend the lead back up to 10. Hopefully get it to 11 with the PAT. Good job, Gibbs. Gibbs getting that block sprung Raymond for the touchdown. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Lions are now back up 11. Big catch by Tim Patrick to keep that drive going. Good job by Raymond to keep up on his feet after the potential face mask. And good job by Goff having both hands on the ball to avoid possibly being stripped. Oy. What was I going to check here? Here's what I was going to check. God bless America. Excuse me. So, just wanted to let you all know this. Currently, around the NFL, let's see here. Seahawks are on top of the Falcons, 24-14. Bills have gotten back in front of the Titans, 17-10. Bengals are in front, 14-6. And then the Texans are down by 2 against the Packers, 19-21. Dolphins and Colts are tied. Eagles are running away from the Giants, 21-3. All right. Defense on the field. Darnold under center. Brings a man in motion. It's Addison at the 30-yard line. Brings him back to the other way. Darnold snaps. Is going to do a play-action look. Darnold is going to go deep, and he's going to get it to the tight end. But there is a flag, and then another one was thrown late too. So there's a holding on the offense. So coming back. Darnold in the gun. Brings the tight end in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw again. Darnold throws underneath this time, and it's going to get out of bounds for about maybe 4 or 5 yards. Darnold in the gun again at the 25-yard line. Snaps, looks to throw. Darnold is going to throw down the field and is almost got a hand on it, but it's a catch and a spin out for a solid gain for the Vikings. Hold on 1 second, folks. I need to grab something. Whew. Okay. Where was I? Darnold is going to get it away under pressure, but it's going to be a small gain. All right. So, just sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to take care of multiple things at the same time. So I do apologize if it doesn't seem like I'm, doing my job. I'm just trying to do a whole bunch of things. Going to be an empty look for the Vikings. Darnold in the backfield on the 42-yard line. Darnold looks to throw, 3rd and 9. Got plenty of time. Darnold's going to dance a little, throws it, gets it to Jones, and Rodrigo got the ball. Well, sorry, Jones got the ball and Rodrigo tackled him. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think Brad Holmes is going to have to make a trade because you can't have what we just saw there. That there's just been virtually almost no pressure on Darnold. Darnold snaps, hands it to Jones, and Jones is going to pick up another 3 yards. Had literally Ukwu, Campbell, and Rodrigo all over him. Whew, that was a good one. Darnold under center. Play action. Darnold is going to be sacked. Josh Pascal with the sack. Darnold in the gun, 3rd and 16 coming up. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So now we are in the final quarter of the game. If Darnold hadn't pulled that ball down, he would have probably been stripped because he was trying to do something there at the very end, and freaking Pascal was about to make him pay. Jason, I like Zadarius Smith. I think that, for what we need right now, he would fill a necessary role because I think when I went on PFF and I took a look at the pass rush win rate, I think Zadarius is winning his pass rushing sets at about 16, 17% of the time, which that's not Hutchinson's level, but that's better than what Davenport was doing. And Davenport, when he was able to play, was at least decent. So having Zadarius Smith would at least give us something. I would personally want to go after Trey Hendrickson because Hendrickson is younger. Hendrickson has at least one more year on his contract. But, at this point, it's kind of like, you know what? You got to just go with what you can get your hands on. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, damn. Enjoy the Zen. We'll be right back. Hey, Tim, how's it going? I haven't heard from you in quite a minute. Game is about to get back up and running again. I'll just do a quick change and see if anything's changed in the NFL for scoring. And the answer is yes, but only for the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are now up 31-14. So things are going pretty good. 3rd and 15 for the Vikings, so obvious passing situation. But you don't want to force anything because if you do, you risk losing your field goal that you at least have in your back pocket. I'll answer that question in a minute, Gatman. Darnold in the gun, got trips to the right, tight end to the left. Darnold looks to throw. Darnold is getting pressured. Darnold is going to dance. He's rolling to his right, and Darnold is going to run, pick up about 4, but definitely short of the sticks. So it's going to have to be a field goal coming up. Lions defense plays good coverage, forces Darnold to have to, eat it and only get up a couple of yards. Here's what I'm going to say, Gatman. If the Lions were to trade for somebody, whether it is, Hendrickson, whether it's, Zadarius, I don't know. But I will say this. I don't think Hutchinson is going to mind them trading for somebody because I don't think it's going to cause trouble at all. You have to understand something. These guys are professionals. And Hutch would definitely realize that, listen, if the Lions were to trade for someone, it's not to replace Hutchinson as if to get rid of him. It's just to replace him because obviously he can't play. As soon as Hutch would come back, obviously he would be starting. There's no question about that. Not a question in the world. And yes, Thomas, Houston is active today, but he hasn't done anything. Houston has literally not done anything. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not worried about if the Lions were to trade for somebody that it would cause problems. These guys are professionals. They know how to handle their business. And again, they know why it would be happening. Yes, I have heard that, Braylon. The initial prognosis was that if the Lions were going to get there, that yeah, he could play in the Super Bowl if we got that far. It's just now that it's kind of been more confirmed rather than just a hypothetical. I understand, Keith. Trust me, I got plenty of messages. Whether it was through comments that were left on my page or I actually had Derek from Lions Syndicate. He sent me a text message and he's like, yo, bro. He's like, where you been? He's like, I got these fans they're asking me. They're like, where are you at? And it's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't tell anybody I was going on vacation. So I do apologize. I should have done a better job of saying that I wasn't going to be able to, make content, but it's whatever. It's nice to know that you guys do actually miss me when I'm not here, and it's nice to feel appreciated. But like I said, that was my fault that, I just didn't tell you guys I was going to be on vacation. So I own that one. That was my fault. All right, back to the game. 14 and a half minutes to go. Lions are up by 8. Oh, nice. And the kickoff is away and is definitely going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Lions will start at the 30. Oh. All right. Goff under center. Gibbs in the backfield. Got 2 receivers. Goff snaps, pitches it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to find about 4 yards. Maybe 5. It's either going to be 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. Just want to say this, folks. This just came across the Twitter wire from Pelissaro. Tim Boyle is in at quarterback for the Dolphins. Just saying. 2nd and 5. Goff under center. Goff snaps, is going to hand it off to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to do another little cutback, pick up about another 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 2. Let's see what the Lions do on 3rd and 2. Another little rhyme. All right. Goff under center. Goff snaps it, is going to play action. Goff's going to throw it, and got it to St. Brown. Love it. Goff, 16 from 16. Goff threw a 16-yard completion. Love it. And Goff literally had someone right in his face as he let that ball go. Wow. The Giants have benched Daniel Jones and Drew Lock is in. Goff snaps, hands it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up maybe 2. So think about that, folks. We've had 3 quarterback changes already in this game, in this week. Tim Boyle is in because of an injured quarterback. DTR is in because of an injured quarterback, and Drew Lock just went in to replace Daniel Jones. Braylon, I knew their pass defense was horrible. I knew it. But I'll explain that later. Goff in the gun, man in motion. Goff snaps. He's going to look to throw, and he's going to get hit from behind. And Goff got smacked from behind. Didn't even see him. Decker was not able to stop the edge rush there. Yeah, Goff definitely. Yeah, Decker missed that one. 3rd and 18 coming up. The Lions can do one of 2 things. They can try to pick up enough yards to attempt a field goal. Goff throws underneath, gets it to St. Brown, and not going to get very far. It's about just a little bit past midfield. So, the Lions could attempt a very, very long field goal for Bates. Nope, they're not going to attempt a field goal. They're going to play the field position game. They're going to send out the punter. And Fox gets the punt, punts it away, and it's going to be down at the 8-yard line. Good job by Vildor to have good coverage to down that punt. All right. Let's just see what's going on in the NFL world right now. Falcons are still down to the Seattle Seahawks by 31-14. Titans have significantly lost their lead. They are now down 24-10. Bengals have now extended their lead over the Browns to 21-6. Texans are still only down by 2 to the Packers, 21-19. Dolphins and Colts are still tied at 10 apiece. And the Eagles have further extended their lead to 28-3 over the Giants. So, let's see what's going on with our game right now. As it stands at this moment, Jahmyr Gibbs has rushed the ball 11 times for 94 yards, 8.5 an average run. Goff is 20 of 21 for 249 yards, almost 12 an average a throw for 2 touchdowns with 147.8 passer rating. St. Brown has 7 catches for 97 yards, 1 touchdown. And then the next 2 highest receivers are Raymond and Montgomery with 3 catches for 39 yards. The Dolphins? No. Dolphins won't be sellers. The reason why they're not going to be sellers is because they're thinking, and I'm telling you this right now, I know this for a fact, Dean. The Dolphins are thinking that once they get Tua back, that they'll be able to pull off some miraculous finish to win, and then they'll still get into the playoffs. So they're not going to sell. They will not sell. I can guarantee you that. Now, the Giants, they might sell. They might. All right, Darnold under center, single back formation. Darnold snaps, is going to play action. Darnold is going to throw up deep, and it is caught by Addison. Way blown coverage in the back. Probably the first time I can think of in a while that the safeties got blown. Look at that. That's the first time I can think of when Branch and freaking Joseph were not on the ball. That was the first time that actually happened. And that was primarily because there was no pressure. Arnold in the gun. Arnold looks to throw. Arnold's going to dump a screen off, and he ain't going nowhere. Anzalone right on the ball. It's going to be a loss of 3. Loss of 6. I thought that was a lot shorter than that. So it's going to be 2nd and 16 coming up. Darnold in the gun again. Darnold snaps, looks to throw. Darnold's going to step up. Darnold's going to run. And Darnold is going to slide. Darnold was not touched, even though he's trying to get a freaking flag. Oh, I know he barely touched him, Jason, but they're gonna be like, he hit the head. So it is a flag, but it is not for the slide. It's against Carlton Davis for illegal contact. Darnold in the gun, trips to the left. Darnold snaps, is going to do a reverse, and they're going to give it to Jefferson to throw it, and Jefferson is dancing around, and that play didn't do anything. I mean, Jefferson was trying to throw it, and, the fact that he didn't get, a total loss of yardage and was actually able to pick up something, I at least give him credit for that, but that was a that kind of looked like some backyard fun try there. Darnold under center, man in motion. Darnold snaps the ball. It's going to be a play action. Darnold is going to run again, but this time he's going to get stopped. Is that a sack or is that a run? I don't know. Was that a sack or was that a run? Because I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, it was barely back to the line of scrimmage. Either way, it's 3rd and 7. Darnold snaps, looks to throw. Darnold is going to get pressured and again going to evade, but this time he is going to be sacked by Rodriguez. So it's now going to be 4th and 10. 4th and 8. So it's going to be another field goal attempt for the Vikings. Can definitely see the frustration on the Vikings players, especially the offense. Kick is up and kick is good. Vikings now are down only by 5. All right. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Learn more. Responsibleplay.org. When you have to make commercials, when you have to make commercials for freaking gambling to make sure that people do not gamble too much, you know you've gone a little too far over the edge. Folks, just take it easy. You guys are literally already looking for a scapegoat for a result that we haven't even gotten to yet. Again, there's no reason to start already, writing down potentially us losing. All right, 6 minutes on the clock, and Lions are going to start at the 30-yard line. So, Vikings have all 3 timeouts. They also have a 2-minute warning. So, the Lions definitely want to score a touchdown here, because if they do score a touchdown, they will go up to a 12-point lead. All right, Goff under center. Man in motion. Goff snaps, play action. Goff is going to get it underneath, and it was incomplete. Somehow Goff was not given any protection on the left side of the formation, which is the right side of the formation, which that's a little odd. Goff is going to be under center. Goff hands it to Monty. Monty is going to pick up. Oh, no! There's a penalty on the field. But what's the penalty for, and who's it against? It's holding against the Lions. Wow. Wow. Of all the people, I never would have thought that it was going to be Monty that fumbled it. Monty has been so reliable that I literally would have never thought that one. So now the Lions are going to be down by 2. They're going to go for 2. Interesting. Darnold in the gun, trips to the left, one man to the right. Now another man in motion. Darnold snaps, looks to throw, throws it quick, and it's incomplete. So instead of going up by 2 with the field goal, they are now only up by 1. Oh, you definitely are correct, Jason. We definitely have to score. Yes, Gatman, we can. We can now do that. All right. Lions are down now by 1. 1st and 10. Goff under center. Sorry about that, folks. can tell Monty's definitely very upset with himself. Goff under center, Raymond in motion. Goff snaps. Goff is going to go for a play fake. Goff is going to go down the field. And incomplete. Damn it. Goff had him. If Goff had not had to have moved, he'd have had him. He'd have had him. Third and 6 coming up. 2 men to the right and the left for receivers. Goff snaps, looks to throw. All right, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Darnold under center. Darnold snaps, hands it off to Jones, and Jones is going to find some way to get through that. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Michael Penix has been put in for Kirk Cousins. He is now making his NFL debut. Darnold under center, snaps the ball, is going to hand it to Jones, and Jones is going to get maybe 1 or 2, if that. It's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up. Darnold snaps, rolls right, looks to throw. Darnold's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. 4th down. Punt is away. Raymond is going to get it at the 21, And Raymond is going to get to the 30-31 yard line. Goff under center. Monty in the backfield. Goff snaps, gives it to Gibbs, actually, pardon me. And Gibbs is going to pick up about 4 yards. Goff under center and is going to let it go to the 2-minute warning. All right. So like I said, Falcons have pulled Kirk Cousins, and Michael Penix is now in for the quarterback position. So that is now the 4th quarterback change this week around the NFL. Tim Boyle's now in for the Dolphins. Drew Lock is now in for the Giants. DTR is taking relief for Deshaun Watson. And now, like I just said, Michael Penix for Kirk Cousins. All right, so oh, good Lord. Currently around the NFL, Colts have pulled in front of the Dolphins 16-10. Texans are in front of the Packers 22-21, and there's only 21 seconds left. Bengals are in front of the Browns 21-6, Bills in front of the Titans 27-10, and Falcons are down 14-34. Okay, I've got to try that. I've got to try that. That's interesting. A Krabby Patty burger collab from Wendy's. That's interesting. Okay, back to the game. Goff under center. Gibbs in the backfield. Goff tosses it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to find a toss-back lane, and Gibbs is going to pick up some yardage. Easily gets a first down. Jake Bates is on the sideline warming up. Goff snaps it, play action. Goff gets it out to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to get a first down and some more and goes out of bounds to stop the clock. Lions are already in field goal range. The Lions at this point are now going to want to salt the clock. They're going to want to try and get as much yardage as they can while doing that, and then getting the field goal to win the game. Or they might just score the touchdown and say, screw it. Goff, play action. Goff is going to go down the field. And Goff gets it to St. Brown, and St. Brown makes the grab. St. Brown with the strong grab, and Goff with the excellent throw. And the Vikings have called the first timeout. Goff under center. Goff snaps. Goff gets it to his man. And Gibbs is not going to get anywhere. About a yard loss. And the Vikings have called another timeout. They've now burned 2. The Lions are going to take a knee. Vikings have now burned their last time out. So this is how the Lions are going to play this. The Lions are going to have the game come down to Jake Bates. So and Lions take another knee. And that's going to drive us down to about 20-something seconds. The reason why, Soda Pop, is because they're not wanting to have a fumble. That's why they're not running it. I personally would have run the ball, but that's what the Lions are doing. That's what they're doing. That's the choice that they've decided to go with. This is a 44-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. It is right down Broadway. Jake Bates puts it through. But now there are 15, count them, 15 precious seconds left on the clock for the Vikings to try and get into field goal range themselves. Because think about it, folks. The Vikings don't need a touchdown. They need a field goal. And their field goal kicker kicked a 57-yarder. So the defense has got to hold them and has got to keep them out of field goal range. Because I guarantee you this, the Vikings are going to try at least 2 plays with designs to go to the sideline because they can't stop the clock. I would kick it out of the end zone because at the 30-yard line, that's where they start. If you let them run it out, there's a chance that maybe somebody in the kickoff coverage misses. I would kick it out the back of the end zone and force them to go the way that they have to. Kick is up, and there you go. Like I said, force them to start at that 30-yard line. All right, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Darnold is in an empty set. Lions are definitely playing a very, very soft zone coverage because they know that the Vikings are going to go deep. Nobody's running, nobody's pressuring. Darnold is going to throw deep and gets it underneath. And it doesn't hold on, folks. If it's an offensive penalty, it's a 10-second runoff. Game's over. Lions win. Lions win. Lions win. The Lions now hold the official top seed in the NFC North. They are top dogs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a one-play chance. One play. The Vikings have got one play to try and win. They've got to throw it down the field. And they've got to hope and pray like hell that somebody can get in there, which tells me this. They're looking for JJ. They're going to look for Justin Jefferson. That's who they're going to. Because that's literally who they're going to throw to. Darnold is going to just throw that damn ball all the way up to Justin Jefferson. And it's a sack. And that's it. That's the ball game. Lions hold the first spot in the entirety of the NFL in terms of power ranking, probably, and they get the first spot in the NFC North. And now that is three straight victories against the Vikings in a row. And that is Goff's now, 18th game-winning drive and however many, fourth quarter comebacks. All right, folks. So, Lions win. Lions get into first place in the NFC North. And probably also have gotten into the first place for the power rankings. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to end the stream here. I'm then probably going to set up a post-game stream for 6:30 or 7. I haven't figured that out just yet. But we are going to have a post-game stream. We'll talk about it. I'll see if I can get some pals of mine to join. But until that time, thank you all for tuning in. Go Lions, and it feels good to be number one.